The first time, she tried to end her life with a knife. 9 years later, she tried again but survived. She is Stacy Tui, one of the thousands of children airlifted out in Operation Baby Lift in 1975 as Saigon was about to fall. That flight was supposed to give her hope, but instead, it marked the beginning of years filled with pain, loss, and the haunting questions about her origins and the parents she never knew. Yet for 40 years, one memory never left her, the memory of her mother. And her greatest wish was simply to see her mother just once. Finally found, Vietnam War Amerasian's 40-year search ends at mother's grave. For Tui, everything she knew about herself was this. She had lived in an orphanage from August 1974 to March 1975, and then she was adopted by an American family. She never understood why her adoptive parents brought her home, but never loved her. Throughout her childhood, Tui was beaten by both her adoptive father and brother. They kept telling her, "You're evil. Nobody wants you here." And Tui began to believe it, that she was a mistake, that she should never have been born. Her adoptive father was a former pilot who had served in the Vietnam War. He and his wife already had 2 sons and wanted a daughter after 2 miscarriages. Tui said,
"Maybe at first he had good intentions. Maybe he truly wanted a little girl. But sometimes I wonder if he could never escape his war memories, and that's why he took it out on me."
She thought she shouldn't exist, that nobody wanted her in this world. Tui wrote,
"I escaped reality with drugs, music, dropping out of school, and running away from home."
By 19, she was addicted to cocaine. And then someone appeared, the man who would save her life, the man who is now her husband. He helped her get clean. They married and slowly built a small, happy family together. Only then did she stop blaming God. She said,
"Now, with my husband beside me, I finally understand why God wanted me to keep living."
But having her own family made her think of Vietnam even more.
"I thought about my mother constantly when I was 8. All day long, I thought about her."
There's a part of it that still hurts, and I miss her. I miss her terribly.
In 2000, Tui was invited to return to Vietnam with other adoptees searching for their roots. But she declined. She had no money. It wasn't until 2015 that the trip finally happened.
It is the first time that I have been back in 40 years to Vietnam.
Where are you?
We're here. I am so excited.
This is much better than
Okay,
before.
I know. Before I was like nervous and I'm tired and everything, but oh my gosh, we are finally here.
After 24 hours?
After 24 hours of ridiculous flying and waiting and 40 years of, I don't know, just not knowing if I was ever going to be here again.
Tui received help from Lu Chao Tam, a family tracing specialist in Saigon. Her only clue was a single relinquishment paper her mother had signed, words filled with heartbreak.
I, No T Deep, 19 years old, housewife, ID number 06280028, issued in Phuket on January 6, 1971, currently residing at 433 Vo Tan, Gia Din, am the mother of the child named No T Ngoc Tui, born on July 22, 1972, in Saigon. I alone have raised this child. Today, I give up all my rights to this child and transfer her to the Holt Nutrition Center, 433 Vo Tan, Gia Din, Saigon, Vietnam. I agree to let this child leave Vietnam so she may be adopted by parents who can provide her a better future. From this day on, I relinquish all maternal rights. Saigon, August 23, 1974.
With such vague and fragile information, Mr. Tam spent days searching, with no success, until finally a breakthrough, a man known as Sao, and who had a son named Notan Van. Mr. Tam immediately investigated the address, and there, he had a conversation he would never forget. Mr. Van said he once had a younger sister, No T Deep. She had fallen in love with an American soldier and became pregnant. Mr. Van himself had cared for baby Tui for a time, but she was very difficult to care for and showed early signs of psychological instability. So he returned her to Deep. Back then, the family was poor, and for many reasons, Deep forced herself to give her baby away, she believing it was the only way her daughter could have a better life. But after sending Twee off, Deep missed her so much she lost her mind. She needed treatment for a long time. Mr. Van broke down in tears. From the day she lost contact with her child until she passed away from uterine cancer, my sister searched for her in every way she could. She longed to see her daughter just once before she died, to apologize for giving birth to her, but not being able to raise her. Is it too late for a reunion? After gathering all the information, Mr. Tam immediately informed Twee, but he didn't reveal the whole story. He simply asked her to come to Vietnam. At that moment, she was shocked, overwhelmed by the sudden happiness. She shared,
And I'm just freaking out. I don't know what to think. I'm nervous, I'm excited, and at the same time, I'm sitting there a part of me just I can't believe that it's really them. Just because, I've wanted this all my life, and I just didn't think it was possible.
In my dreams, I tried to imagine what my mother looked like, what she thought of me when I was near her, and most importantly, whether she remembered me the way I remembered her.
the day she finally set foot in Vietnam, her heart raced with excitement and nervousness. When Mr. Tam handed her the stack of investigation files, Twee didn't hesitate. She took them and read every single word. The more she read, the more her eyes blurred with tears, learning about the hard life her mother had endured. Until the very last line, her mother had passed away. She nearly collapsed.
I kept reading and reading, but I couldn't believe it. Everything I was reading, my mother was gone.
Lúc đó Điệp nó đem cháu Thủy về, nhưng mà cái gia đình quá nghèo, không nuôi được. Thành ra mẹ nó quyết định phải gửi về bệnh cho nó có cuộc sống tốt hơn. Rồi xong cái đó rồi á, là sau tiếp thu tụi tôi có đến là cô nhi viện Gò Vấp rồi đó, thì báo tin là cháu nó đã chết rồi, rớt một chiếc máy bay, lúc đó Mỹ rước về bệnh. Cuối cùng ra thì đứa con này nếu ở gia đình tôi thì nó quá khổ đi, bắt buộc phải gửi nó đi về bên kia. Nếu mà mẹ nó nghĩ rằng nó sống được thì cuộc sống mẹ nó mừng lắm. Mà khi mà nghe nó chết rồi mẹ nó cứ như khùng như điên luôn. Cuộc sống khó khăn lắm, rất nghèo mà thương con. Tại sao hai đứa con này nuôi được mà đứa con kia bỏ được? Đó, rồi sau này nó rối loạn tâm thần luôn. Rồi đau, có lẽ là nhớ con nó bị bệnh mà chết thôi.
That was only on the third page of 12 pages. And when I saw her name, I knew who it was. I recognized her name. I've had that name imprinted in my head since I can remember. So I kept going back and reading it over and over again, because it was hard to believe that I was reading what it said I was reading, and that she had passed.
Did you hope that was the wrong information?
Yes. Yeah, I really, at that moment, I had hoped that Thomas had made a mistake. Honestly, I had hoped that this wasn't my birth family then. The idea that he was wrong gave me hope then that she would still be alive.
But I think you thought that was right?
A part of me has, you know, unless
Because you recognize he should be your mother when you
according to all the documents,
yeah.
the story fits. If those documents are correct, and those documents are my documents, then I knew in my heart that meant she was gone.
I understand what you're feeling.
Yes, when I found out that she was dead, that she had passed, I asked Thomas if there was a place that she was buried. I'm sorry.
Yet we still had other family, 2 half-siblings and her aunts, uncles, and cousins. Together with Mr. Tam's team, she arranged to visit her mother's hometown, to reunite with relatives, and to visit her mother's grave. Throughout the bus ride, she couldn't stop crying. She bought a beautiful bouquet and held it tightly to her chest. The long, arduous search had finally brought Twee to Mr. Van's home. She froze as she saw a crowd of relatives surrounding her. They embraced her, crying, and she cried too, so much that tears streamed down her face.
We love you.
I didn't recognize anything. They were so warm and welcoming. They were so kind. Which made it that much harder. Because when I went to meet them, a part of me had really hoped that it wasn't them. For the hopes that I had a chance, like I said, that if Thomas was wrong and this wasn't my family, that I could still find her. But they were so kind and so loving and so accepting. And they hadn't seen me in 40 years. They made me fall in love with them so quickly. Both my husband and I we just couldn't believe how wonderful they were. So then I was torn. A part of me wants them to be my family because I care already so much for them. But then that means that she really is gone. And I'm not ready to accept that. There was so much I wanted to share with her. And the biggest thing I wanted her to know was that I was okay.
The family then guided Twee to her mother's grave. The reunion she had longed for all her life ended at a cold, quiet grave.
Hôm nay chị hai về thăm mẹ á. Mày khóc luôn hả?
She lit incense and laid her head down beside her mother, crying aloud. Her relatives handed her a worn pair of sandals, the ones her mother used to wear when she was alive. Twee held the sandals to her chest, stroking them as if she could touch her mother's rough hands. She had dreamed of this day countless times. For so long, she had longed to touch her mother. Everyone who witnessed that day cried alongside her. Mr. Van, Twee's uncle, spoke with a heavy heart. "It's so tragic for my younger sister. If we had found her a few years earlier, perhaps she would have found peace in the afterlife."